Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a battle of the palettes using the Jeffree Star Blue Blood eyeshadow palette and the new Colourpop Blue Moon eyeshadow palette. This is what the Blue Moon eyeshadow palette looks like. So it is the typical 9 monochromatic shades. This shade here, although it looks white, it actually is like a reflect of blue. So of course with these 9 pans, it is only $12 for the Colourpop. And if you guys are not familiar with how the Blue Blood palette looks like, this is the baby. It's 18 eyeshadows for I think $54 maybe or something like that. So this is the beautiful eyeshadow palette from Jeffree Star. I was really hesitant on getting this eyeshadow palette, mostly because I didn't feel like I would ever get any use out of it, and I have yet to use it since I've purchased it. I barely even swatched it because it's such a beautiful eyeshadow palette to just look at in general, and because I wanted to make a video out of it, but I didn't know what video I wanted to do with this palette yet until Colourpop came out with theirs. They're all blue eyeshadow palette, and I was like, maybe I'll do, instead of 3 looks using 1 palette, I'll do a battle of the palettes. So if you guys are new to my channel, I take one eyeshadow palette that I feel like looks like another eyeshadow palette, and I put both of them up to the test by trying to recreate the same exact look on each eye. So on this eye, I'm going to use the Jeffree Star palette, and on this eye, I'm going to use the Colourpop palette. So I'm going to try to recreate the same exact look to see how similar these 2 eyeshadow palettes are to one another, and if the Blue Moon, I don't know what I called this one, but if the Blue Moon palette is similar at all to the Jeffree Star one, so that way I can say that it is a more affordable option than Jeffree Star one. So obviously this brings double the amount of eyeshadows as this one, and also the eyeshadows and the eyeshadow pans and these are super tiny compared to the eyeshadow pans in the Jeffree Star, just so you guys can see kind of a comparison here. You can see how super tiny this eyeshadow palette is compared to the Blue Blood palette from Jeffree Star. Usually what happens is with the eyeshadow palettes from Colourpop, for the most part, they're always like half the size of a regular full-size eyeshadow from Colourpop. So I feel like that's kind of how they're able to still stick to that amazing quality that Colourpop is known for without going over, like without marking it up super high, because a single eyeshadow palette for Colourpop is $5. So if you got 9 eyeshadows for $5, that's $45. So the fact that this is $12 for 9 eyeshadows, you have to do something so that way you're not like missing out on money, if that makes sense. I know that's not the word I'm looking for, but whatever, you guys know what I mean. So anyways, enough of me rambling on. This video is kind of sort of bittersweet because I'm getting ready to move. So it's like the last video I'm gonna be doing in my bedroom in this apartment that I live in right now, and I don't know what my new apartment setup is gonna be like at my new place. I wasn't going to show you guys this, but I'm going to show you guys anyways, because this is probably one of my favorite things that I've purchased, and it's perfect for like traveling. And especially me, I pack like 1,000,001 different items when it comes to like going on trips and stuff like that. So basically for the next like 3 to 4 weeks, I'm gonna be living out of this suitcase right here. So it's like a little makeup suitcase where I have my palettes, my face palettes, some setting sprays, mascaras, lip products, powders, foundations, all that stuff. And I also have a few select eyeshadows in this top compartment here. I got this from My Makeup Brush Set. They actually gifted it to me for free for doing an IGTV video. No, not an IGTV, an Insta story video, which was a really awesome experience. It was my first time ever doing any kind of video for another social media page that wasn't my own. So I thought it was an awesome idea, an awesome opportunity. And you know, obviously, like, I didn't expect anything out of it. Just the fact that they allowed me to do that video was really, really cool. So the fact that they gave me like a little gift card basically to say thank you and let me like buy whatever, this little bag here cost me like 20 bucks, and it is just so perfect. It's great too if you're like a makeup artist. and you're just doing like 1 or 2 people, because I have a huge train case and I don't want to be carrying that around with me all the time. So having something a little smaller is always nice too. So I'm personally using this for me, because I have a smaller bag too that I use for my makeup clients. But that's all besides the point. I'm just rambling on here, guys. I'm sorry, this is probably the longest intro that I've ever done, which I hate doing long intros, but whatever. I'm gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna put on my eyebrows really quick, zoom you guys on in, and then we will get right into the battle of the palettes. Alrighty, so the eyebrows are on. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes. I'm gonna use the Luscious Angel Eyes eyeshadow primer base. So this is like kind of like the P. Louise one, but it's like a lot cheaper. So this one is $14. So I've been thinking about trying the Anastasia one for a while. I know it just came out like a month ago, maybe. Whenever the Alyssa Edwards palette came out, that's when the Anastasia eyeshadow base came out, and I've been thinking about trying it. A lot of people have been raving about it and saying how good it is and all this stuff, but I really like the Luscious one so much. So I think maybe when I'm getting closer towards the end of it, maybe I might try it. I feel like I look super blue, and I don't want to look blue because I'm going to be using blue eyeshadow. So whatever, we're just going to go into it. So taking my Bogeshi concealer brush, and a little bit of this goes such a long way. So I'm just patting it onto the eyeball. And then I always take my finger like in these harder to reach areas with that the brush kind of has a harder time with. And just over on top too, to make sure it's nice and smooth looking. And the reason why I don't use my finger for the whole applying of the base and whatnot is just because it's a lot cleaner doing it this way. And like this is the way that I would probably do it on a client more likely than not. So it's a little more sanitary, you know. I know it's my own fingers and they're clean or whatever, but if I don't have to use my fingers, I won't. So I don't like getting makeup all over them, because then I get my whole entire, like, I get all my clothes and stuff dirty. I kind of have an idea of what kind of look I want to do. I'm thinking of kind of doing something kind of like this. I feel like I could do this with both eyeshadow palettes. This look I want to say is by Ann Nook, maybe. I really don't know who it's by. I just saw it on Pinterest and I thought it was cute, and I was like, ooh, I could totally do that look with both of my eyeshadow palettes. So I don't know where my makeup switch is, so I'm just gonna use a t-shirt. I know this is so ghetto, but it's because I'm moving. I don't know where anything is at right now. Like, it's probably in a box somewhere. But just to show you guys, it does take off quite a bit of color here. So just keeping it real with you guys, letting you guys know exactly what I'm gonna be doing, because I always do this in my battles of the palettes. I always wipe the brush clean. So this is kind of like a cut crease. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is start off with a royal blue shade. So I'm going to start off with Blue Monday in the Jeffree Star palette. And I don't know about you guys, but I personally hate whenever companies have like logos or designs on their eyeshadows, because then I don't want to mess it up, because I'm weird like that. So I don't want to mess it up. So I put that a little higher than I wanted it. I don't want to mess it up. So I'll like work around the eyeshadow, like the little design in it, because I think it's so cute and I just don't want it to go away. I'm gonna wipe it off. I'm wiping it off on my t-shirt. And then on the other eye, before I blend it out, I'm gonna take Fine China from the Colourpop. Do the same thing. Right off the bat, I noticed that this one's a little deeper than this one. It'll be interesting, but it's okay. I think overall it'll look very similar. Just try and make sure that I put them in the same area. Wow, they're like totally different shades. Like this is a darker blue, which it looks very vibrant in the palette here. I feel like, look, like you guys see, it looks like they're the same color. This one is Fine China right here, and this one is Blue Monday. It's just so hard holding both palettes next to each other because this Blue Blood palette is so big. But anyway, whatever, we're just gonna work with it. Then I'm gonna take my Morphe M433 brush, clean that sucker off because I know it's dirty, because I just used it yesterday in another video that will probably be up already. So I'm gonna go ahead and start blending this out. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Blue Blood, which is this light blue right here. Just I like it because it's cute that they put the little like emblems on them, but at the same time it just breaks my heart messing it up. Like, I don't want to use the eyeshadow palette now because it's so pretty, but then there's people who don't care. They're like, oh no, get rid of the design, that's the whole point of it all. I don't know, I can't be the only crazy one. And it's okay if it's kind of messy looking. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Starry Eyed right here, which I feel like now it's gonna look somewhat more similar. Ooh, this Colourpop one is a lot harder to blend out, but I feel like it's also a little more pigmented. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Oh my god, it's like a sky blue and a dark blue. You can't really see it that well on camera, but I feel like in person you can definitely see how different they both are. And honestly, I feel like I kind of suck at cut creases, but you know what? I still do it anyway because I don't care. You know, you have to learn somehow. So practice makes perfect. I'm going to take my Bogeshi brush. This is my taper blending brush that I usually don't put any like product on. I just use to like blend out everything. And I'm going to go ahead and start using that to kind of blend this patchiness out. But I still feel like it looks kind of patchy, but we're going to work with it. So then we're going to go into the deeper shade. This is the shade called Undertaker right here. It has a little tomb, which I think is cute because that's like, you know, the Undertaker from WWE. That's what he's known for, like one of his moves or something like that. I don't know. I don't know too much about it. My husband watches it, so he's actually watching it right now as we speak. So I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it, but sometimes whenever you hear like crazy background noise, it's because my husband's watching wrestling. Alrighty, I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye with Clued In from the Colourpop palette. I feel like this is what's going to start making everything look similar. Oh my god, this is patchy. Do you guys see this? Like, this one's kind of patchy, but this one's really patchy. And I feel like it's coming out so different. I feel like all these blues are a lot lighter. I don't know, but I'm going to go back in with Blue Blood from the Blue Blood palette from Jeffree. And like with a really light hand, just start blending out those edges. Maybe it's the base that I use because I did use this eyeshadow palette once when I was like playing around and I used my Urban Decay primer potion. And this eyeshadow was a lot easier to blend. I feel like I'm having to put a lot more work to blend. I'm gonna go back in with a little Blue Monday, which is that cobalt blue. Same thing on the other eye. We're gonna take Starry Eyed again. Blend this out. So far, I feel like this shade and what was the shade? Starry Eyed and Blue Blood are the only two shades that are kind of similar in the two palettes. Like, it's gonna look like I have two different looks on, to be honest. Because I feel like the Jeffree one's just deeper, while the Colourpop one is brighter, if that makes sense. Taking a little bit of Fine China, which was that cobalt blue. So we're gonna go ahead and carve out the crease right now. So we are gonna cut most of my crease here and then just patting that on. So it kind of looks a little more normal now, but so again, oh crap. Oh crap. Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys see what I just did right here? I just put eyeshadow base on my brow bone. I almost covered my whole entire crease with that. Oh crap. I'm gonna go in with that blending brush. Just blend out what I just did here. I felt like that guy that was like, I don't know if you guys ever seen it, but my husband loves that video where like he's like rubbing his face. No, he does something like this, and then he gets black on his face. He goes, "What the heck?" And then he's like starts rubbing it, and then it gets like really bad. He goes, "Oh my god!" And he like passes out on the bed. Like, that's exactly what I just felt like happened right now. All right, so I'm gonna start deepening up the outer corner. So again, taking the Undertaker shade with the JH40 brush. I feel like on this eye, I'm going to get the look that I'm going for, but on the other eye, I don't think I'm going to get the exact same look that I'm going for, but it'll be close enough. Taking Clued In from Colourpop. So now, oh no, I still feel like it's, I don't know what it is. It's like, is it more green on this eye or I don't know, they're just more vibrant. It's like there's like more white. There's like more of a white undertone to the Colourpop ones. Now things are starting not to look too shabby on this side. All right, so we're looking a little normal here. So then I'm gonna go into the shade called Deceased, which is a royal blue with that's shimmery. I don't know why I said it that way. And I'm gonna put that on the center of my eyeball. I'm gonna take it with a little bit on my finger because I feel like it's more satin than shimmery. It's just not giving me the vibe that I thought it was gonna give me, you know? Thing on the other eye, I'm gonna take Mad About You, which is a royal blue shimmer shade, which actually looks darker than the Jeffree Star one, but somehow I feel like it's just more, I don't know, like, alright, so these two shades are kind of different, but I'm gonna still go for it anyway because I feel like there's not really a shade that looks like Tide Pool or Entitled, but we're just gonna go for it and see what we get. So I'm gonna go with Entitled from Jeffree Star. And I'm going to put that right here. And then on this eye, I'm going to take Tide Pool. So that's what Tide Pool looks like. I don't know if I showed Entitled, but yeah, this is definitely, this is more teal, while this is more of a like cobalt. They're totally different from one another. I don't know if you can tell. But I'm telling you, these looks are just not gonna look the same. I can already tell you guys that. Then what I'm gonna do is go back into Undertaker here. And I'm gonna put that in my crease to kind of deepen it. I feel like I brought this one up a little too high compared to this one, but it's just a struggle of my life. I also think that this eye is larger than this eye anyway, so maybe that's why I did that by mistake. I feel like I have really complicated eyes to work with. You know, like doing makeup on other people, find that a lot of people have easier eyes to work with than me. So I'm just blending it out with the M562 brush from Morphe. Tiny little crease brush here. Blue is not an easy eyeshadow to work with in the first place. Going black in with Blue Monday. So that eye right now, I'm going to leave it like that. Now I'm going to work on this eye, doing the same process, cleaning off all the brushes, taking Clued In, putting that in the crease. This is a Crown 527 brush. This is that Morphe M562 brush again. That's the only bad thing with the battle of the brushes is that you have to go one eye at a time. So I feel like I'm explaining myself twice, you know. They kind of look similar. It's just that shade right here. This shade is so like teal and this shade is so not. So then what I'm going to do is go into this one. This shade here called Cullinan. And I'm going to put that on the inner part of my eyelid here. There's some on my brush, which I don't know if you guys can see the footage of it falling. I'm going to put that on the inner part of my eyelid. Because it got on the like metal part of my brush here. It's not from the actual eyeshadow itself. It's because of the fact that I accidentally dipped it into my brush. Or into the barrel of the brush. So it's starting to look a little more like the picture from earlier. I dig it. I dig it. Then I'm going to go into the shade Lumi, which looks like it's a white, but it's really like a white with a blue opalescence in it. So I feel like this is going to really make everything look so different from one another. Oh my god, it's like we're doing two different eye looks here. But the good thing is that this Lumi shade blended in with the Tide Pool shade is kind of giving us more of that Entitled shade from Jeffree Star. It's not that much off. I feel like maybe if I take a little bit of Entitled and put it lightly on top of here, maybe we'll get more of that frosty, like you can see it closer. See, like it looks more like a frosty blue. Or here's like a white into a blue. Oh my god. You can see that line. Oh. Okay, and then this palette doesn't have a matte brow bone, and the Blue Blood does, but what I'm just going to do is take my Naked Basics palette and I'm going to go ahead and put on some brow bone highlight, and then I'm going to go ahead and put on my liner, finish off the rest of my makeup, and I will come right back and let you guys know my final thoughts. All right, so my makeup is all done. I went ahead and put on false lashes, and I also used the really dark shade from both of the palettes and put them underneath the lash line. And then what I went ahead and did was, so that way I kept it fair, is I took my Pixi glowy gossamer duo in the shade Delicate Dew, and I took this light shade here. It's like this light pinky shade, which I used for my cheekbone highlight, and I went ahead and put that in the inner corner on both eyes, so that way it looked more like, you know, somewhat uniform. So yeah, this is it. This is the finished look. Now that I have everything else on, like the liner, the lashes, and you know, the rest of my makeup on too, I'm not really hating this look. Like, I totally would wear this look out and about, but honestly speaking, I kind of like how this eye looks a lot better than how I like this eye. Like, you still have some some, like, you know, it still differentiates on this eye somewhat, but I feel like it's just, I don't know, I like the transition of this one better. Like, I feel like you have more colors going on here, you know. But I will say that the crease on this eye was a little nicer than the crease on this eye. Like, I feel like this eye's crease, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I feel like it was a little more patchier than this eye. This eye kind of blends out a little easier. So overall, I wouldn't say that the two palettes are identical dupes. Like, you're not going to get the same exact type of looks from the Blue Blood palette as the Blue Moon palette from Colourpop, but you'll get pretty similar looks. Like, you'll get the same vibes, obviously, because they're all blue, an all blue eyeshadow palette. But the Colourpop eyeshadow palette, I feel like I've been saying the whole video, it's like more vibrant blue. I feel like the bases of these eyeshadows are more white, while the bases on this palette are more dark, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like these came out more true to what the pan looked like, while this eyeshadow palette is more, it just comes out more vibrant. And it's not a bad thing. If you're into that, that's fine. But obviously, I feel like you're going to get more versatility out of this one, you know, because you have some neutrals in here, you have some teals, you have some light blues, you have some whites. So you have colors that kind of complement blue, as well as some true blues, you know. And then this shade here, oh my god, it's absolutely stunning. Like, I wish I could have used this shade on my eyeballs today. This is called Ocean Ice, and it looks like the diamond that the old lady threw in the Titanic. I don't know if you can see that because it's not focusing. It's focusing on my face in the background. Whatever. So you guys kind of can see it, whatever. I don't know if you can or not. But overall, yeah, I think that if I had, I mean, obviously I have both of them, but if I could only choose one, I think I would go with the Jeffree Star one, because I like the versatility in it. But if you like more blendability or don't really care for the fact that the colors are very similar on the Colourpop one. Like, looking at it on my eye here, I feel like it looks very, like, the only thing that's really making any kind of a difference is the fact that we have shimmery shades and non-shimmery shades. That's really, like, I don't know really how to explain what I'm trying to say. I guess it's just I'm getting more versatility in this look. Like, it looks like I used multiple eyeshadows for this one. For this one, it looks like I used maybe 2 or 3 eyeshadows. This one, it looked like I used 5 or 6 eyeshadows, which I did. And I used 5 or 6 eyeshadows for this eye too, but it doesn't look that way. So I just feel like it blends out into, they blend out nicely, but they blend out a little too much, if that makes sense. I know it sounds weird, and it's like, what? An eyeshadow's blending out too much? It just means that it just blends into each other too much, maybe, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. But I still like both palettes a lot, but honestly, this eyeshadow look is exactly the look that I was going for. Like, I feel like this looks just like the picture that I showed you guys. That was my inspo picture for what I was going for. This eye looks like you tried your best. You really did. But anyways, that was it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and definitely let me know down below what you guys want to see next. Probably the next video, I don't know if it's gonna still be relevant or not, but I did get the little, oh crap, I don't know where the other one is, but I have all 3 of the Huda Beauty Neon Obsessions, and I wanted to do 3 different looks with 3 different palettes, kind of like I've done before in the past when Colourpop comes out with 20 eyeshadow palettes all at once and I can't keep up. So I wanted to kind of do that kind of series with the Huda Beauty Neon Obsessions. So by the time I'm able to film again, it will probably be like in a month. But anyways, yeah, let me know down below what you guys would like to see next, and I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then.